Now, something that confuses a lot of people is, when you're on medication, what food and drinks should you avoid? Like alcohol. As a doctor,
I'm always asked, can people drink booze when they're taking medicines? Or could that end up being a lethal cocktail?
in fact, it's thought that drinking alcohol while taking medicine is a factor in up to a quarter of all A&E visits. You might think that antibiotics are the biggest culprit, but rather surprisingly, most nowadays don't require abstinence. Other drugs, though, can be a problem.
You should never take alcohol with medicines that make you drowsy, because alcohol also makes you drowsy. But there are other medicines that change the way that alcohol is broken down, and they can increase this toxic byproduct that you get when you drink alcohol called acetaldehyde, and give you a thing called a flushing syndrome, where you can vomit, you go bright red in the face, and it can actually dangerously increase your heart rate. So alcohol is something to be avoided unless you're absolutely certain that the drug you're on is safe when you take it.
Alcohol isn't the only culprit, though. Lots of foods can cause problems too. One of the most surprising offenders is grapefruit.
It's the iconic healthy breakfast, isn't it? What could possibly be harmful about a grapefruit? Well, in fact, when scientists were studying the effect of alcohol on blood pressure medicines back in the 1980s, they disguised the taste of alcohol in the studies with grapefruit juice. And what they found out was that the grapefruit had a far bigger effect on the medication dose than the alcohol did. And in some cases, it actually tripled the dose of blood pressure medicine.
This happens because grapefruit contains a chemical that messes up the normal breakdown of drugs in your body.
This is particularly true for cholesterol drugs like statins. If you take one statin pill a day, but you also drink a glass of grapefruit, what you'll end up with in your bloodstream is the equivalent of taking 13 statin pills, and that can be really, really dangerous.
It's not all statins, though, so always check with your doctor, nurse, or pharmacist. Now, as if the dangers of grapefruit weren't enough, there are some other foods to look out for.
If you're taking a blood-thinning medicine to prevent clots like warfarin, vegetables like kale, spinach, broccoli, salad leaves, and cabbage can be a bit of a problem. Even green tea and liver, because all these things contain high levels of vitamin K. And vitamin K can help promote blood clotting. So they effectively mean you end up needing more of that anti-clotting drug.
But don't go eliminating healthy green veg from your diet if you're on blood thinners. Just eat them in small, regular amounts to avoid a big vitamin K boost. Finally, licorice. Black licorice contains a chemical that can cause your potassium levels to fall. Low potassium levels may lead to high blood pressure, irregular heart rhythms, and even heart failure. So, if you're on heart or blood pressure medicines, it might be best to stick it to the stick.
Now, no one could possibly remember all the different drug and food interactions. It's way too complicated. So the thing to remember is check with your doctor, check with your pharmacist, and always read the packet.